Greetings.
Oh, I was trying to think of like a cool intro that we could do. Like we should come up with a motif or something, but
Like a
my mind
monologue.
already blanked. As soon as we go live, I'm like, forget all the planning you did for this. This is Random Rules. We're back with episode 5. We have Jonathan from Mystery Lover on the show today, a great band from Toronto. We'll introduce him in a bit. And we have videos from Devourers, Altona, and up first here is Eyelids. I actually screwed that up, didn't I? It's Devourers up first, and Eyelids will be coming later. All right.
And what's this song called?
This song is called The Accidental. Oh, this song is called Freddy Krueger Honeymoon Suite by Devourers.
Freddy Krueger Honeymoon Suite. That's dope. Let's listen to it.
Sick. Such a good video.
Yeah, I love that.
Hey,
guy.
Jonathan from Mystery Lover. How's it going? Oh, I think, are you on mute, Jonathan? I can't hear you right now.
Yeah. Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
hear me
Hey,
now?
buddy. How
Yeah,
are
we're
you?
good. Hey, good. How are you?
Doing well.
Yeah.
It's nice to see you again, old friend.
Yeah, it's been a while. Sorry, I had to turn on the phantom power.
Is that a Bernie
No
hat?
worries.
Sorry?
Is that a Bernie hat?
It is a Bernie hat. Yeah. Yeah. I was out campaigning for Bernie in Michigan and picked up the sweet hat.
Oh no shit! I thought you were Canadian. I thought you were from like Toronto or something.
Yeah, I am. But we had something to contribute, and they certainly contribute to our politics and global politics in general. The Americans, of course. So we felt we had license to go and help out.
Fair. I didn't know that
Totally.
kind of stuff
And
happened.
if they get free college tuition and stuff like that, then like we get it. 10 years later, it's sort of the American Canadian tradition.
Cool.
Justin's in California, so the they you're referring
cool.
to is sat right here. Yeah.
Congrats, you guys.
Quick
This is well.
shout out.
Production.
We're a multinational company.
Yes.
Quick shout out for Devourers. Jeff, who is Devourers, actually just launched a brand new project called The Golden Age of Wrestling. They have a Bandcamp, thegoldenageofwrestling.bandcamp.com. And I just saw an article from Exclaim, which is one of the bigger Canadian press outlets, who said he was one of 9 Canadian artists to watch out for right now. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we gotta get him on the show.
Yeah, I think he will hopefully make an appearance eventually. I've been messaging with him. If you're watching, hey Jeff. Jonathan, we've got you for a while, so why don't we save the questions for a bit? Do you want to play a couple songs?
Sure, yeah. I wasn't going to play my electric, but I decided to. I was kind of worried. I just moved into this apartment, and I was kind of worried about, angering my new neighbors. So I just, neglected to tune it. So just give me 1 second.
No
I was
worries.
just using the
Did we
Fender
introduce
tune it.
Jonathan's band?
Not super well. In true Random Rules fashion, we maybe skirted over it. Go for it.
Mystery Lover, it's called. Is it mysterylover.bandcamp.com or?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, mysterylover.bandcamp.com. Go buy his shit.
Yep. Thanks. Thanks, man.
I'm drinking a Victoria beer in honor of your old homestead.
Oh, wow.
Jonathan and I met when he was living in Victoria near Vancouver.
Yeah.
How'd you guys meet?
Dude, I know the answer to this.
Okay, go ahead. You want to tell the story?
You liked my band on Facebook, and your name just popped up on my feed, and I was like, that doesn't happen to my band often, so I was like, who's this liking my band page? And I was like, oh, this dude looks like a real person. He's not a bot. And so we just got talking, and a friendship spawned.
We went and saw Turnover together.
We saw Turnover. We saw Death Cab together.
Death Cab. And before I left town, we saw Death Cab. Yeah, it was an amazing show.
Yeah. And then, since then, I guess you've been in Toronto. Cool. I'll save the Toronto questions for later. I want to hear about it. So, give us a couple tunes,
sure.
Man.
Okay. This first one's called Oak Bay Deer Call to Come Part 1. Cool. Black wave comes to break the day. Who haunts you? Who will bring you plague and ease your pain? look out, the island is a trap. Dream holes for young lovers, playing and patiently waiting for the open. Dear call to come. Dear call to come. Dear call to come.
Nice.
Thanks.
Don't wait for us, dude. Go straight through to your second
Another one?
song.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it up.
This is the second song off of our first record, The Death of Young Love. It's called Across the Field. I never told you anything about my love. I didn't mean. Do you remember our summer dream night on that island beach? Well, it was just you and me in our new make-believe. Now across the field, do you see me? Through morning fall, can you see me? Will you ever really see me? Was there even really something to see? Or am I just imagining me? I never told you anything about my heart. You probably couldn't read. I can still remember all my terrified screams, though were miseries. God, what terrible dream. But now I want you to come around. But I know we don't walk the same ground. And I'm too tired to argue anymore. was it naive to believe our love could ever end? Or was it naive to believe we'd even ever want? Truly unknown. Across the field, do you see me? Through morning fall, can you see me? Will you ever really see me? Was there even really something to see? Or am I just imaginary? I mean, were we just imaginary? It is all we are, just imaginary. If so, who's dreaming?
That was great, man.
Thanks so
Thanks.
much.
Your album just turned 1 year old. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah. I've actually been listening to it like nonstop this week since I read that. Aside from having you on, just like being reminded that it's a year old. It's a brilliant album. To everybody watching, go and listen to it, please.
That would be nice. That's why we made it.
Yeah, no kidding. Are you making new stuff right now? What's going on in old TO?
What's going on? Yeah, I mean, like, man, I've got a lot of songs. I was working with some new bandmates here in Toronto, and we had just like finished like early March. We just finished sort of learning the old songs, and I was just starting to like show them the new songs, and then this all happened, and so things are on hold for now, and I'm keeping on writing. So yeah, I have no fucking idea.
All the pre-COVID songs you wrote are gonna be, yeah, they're all gonna be out of date by the time COVID's over.
Oh yeah, that's why I've got some like good COVID songs coming your way for sure.
There's gonna be so many COVID records. It's gonna be insane. Like about 9 months from now, there's gonna be just a flood of COVID-related music happening.
You know, it's funny.
I want to start.
I was just gonna say that some of my older songs, like when I sing them now, like some of the songs that I was planning on making a record from, when I sing them now, I was like imagining them being like reinterpreted, kind of like as COVID songs, like some of the lyrics, because a lot of them were like being like really alone, and so I was just like, oh, like shit, like I'm ahead of the curve on like being really alone and isolated. So I've got the music for the moment, hopefully.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
COVID. I don't know why I'm about to say this. It's like a dad joke, but it popped into my head and there's a silence to fill, so I'm going to say it anyway. I want to start like a live stream Coheed and Cambria covers band called like COVID and Cambria or something. I think that's funny. Fuck you guys.
You gotta love like committed to the bit. That would be. I mean, that's like the Macaulay Culkin like Pizza Underground album.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, great band. Great band.
Yeah.
Why don't you introduce the next song, Justin?
Are we gonna do another performance, or are we gonna go to video?
Oh yeah, we are actually. We're gonna do another song from Jonathan.
So one more Jonathan.
Oh, okay.
And then we're gonna do a video.
Okay, so
if that's cool with you.
With me?
Yeah, with you. I mean, You're playing.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm down.
We can go to video if you want to break.
No, I'm good. I can do this. It's kind of. I mean, this is a new song. I haven't played it before for people, and it's actually sort of one of those songs I was just talking about.
World premiere.
World premiere. Yeah. It's one of those songs I was talking about that, like, I don't know, feels resonant with the times we're living in now, but was definitely written before that. So this one's called My Years.
It's all you, man.
Thanks. So I'm trying to sing what I want to hear. It's enough, 'cause I'm so goddamn tired of all your shit in my ears, my God-forsaken years, but now I'm calling them my years. When I'm finally trying to say what I want here. But I just can't let go of all I need to know, and I've not been ever so scared and so alone. Oh, I know that I can't come back to myself. I can't come back to myself. I can't come back to myself. Looking so goddamn sorry, I need a shower. Cold morning shower. Oh, after the dream where I see Hades counseling me. Something happened, it's not okay. Just do what you need to make it through today. Oh, all you need to do is today. What's your next step? Make it through today. Gonna give yourself a break. Today. You read and sleep and make it through a hard day and let your tired soul away. Away. So I've begun witnessing what I've longed to hear. It's enough, but it's too goddamn high-wired. Trying to rise in our time over all this messed up shit flying through our spheres, falling on their deaf ears. Well, you say you don't see or hear them, but I know, feel and meet them, rolling, ringing out of tune in my inner ears. Needed my mistake, loving years, but now I'm calling them my years. Well, I'm finally trying to say what I want here. But I just can't let go of all the flames I still need to know. Still find it hard to let go of all the shame and pain that hits me right at home. Please hold me down till I come back to myself. I wanna come down to myself. I wanna come down. I want the story shroud itself so maybe while being left. Home to man. Morning, we're holding on to her. Just gotta sleep and make my dream in a place where I can finally be with a good cigarette in my body, someone I can really see, recognizes me. So for now I repeat, what in dream I heard in you scout to live peace. That will happen, it's not okay, just do what you need to make it through today. Oh, all you need to do is make it through today. Way. Way.
That was wicked. Yeah, I really like that new stuff. Yeah, is that going to get fleshed out with a full band?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cool. Yeah, it's got those classic Jonathan Amore melodies up top. That was really nice.
Didn't know there was such a thing, but I'm flattered.
There totally is. I wanted to tell you as well, I just scoped the Facebook feed while you were playing, and there's a few encouraging comments on there. Someone said they really liked the other two songs you were playing. So that's cool. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Yeah, thanks. That means a lot.
So I guess we got a video coming up now. We're gonna play.
Yeah, let's do it.
We're gonna play this crazy fucking video by Eyelids called "The Accidental Falls."
I was where lemons swing on flimsy bushes in the backyard, and oranges sun on dark green branches, and the air rushes in the palm trees. And if I knew where, I'd fly down there. Down there with you. Oh my honey, oh my honey. Down there with you. Oh my
That's so sick, eh? That video is like a really weird acid trip or something.
It's great animation.
That is yeah, great animation. That was Eyelids. We played Caliphone a few weeks ago. They're both new releases on Jealous Butcher Records. Awesome label. Check them out. That album's called The Accidental Falls. You know what's cool about that?
Here.
Sorry?
I said we gotta get Caliphone on the show.
We gotta get Caliphone here. Yeah, that would be a good get. You know what's cool about Eyelids? I was thinking about this, like what we could say about them beforehand, and like I was wondering, like, do they still qualify as a DIY band? And like, what is a DIY band, or what is like the kind of DIY sound? And even though they're incredibly successful as a group and individually, I think they totally still qualify. Their members come from like Guided by Voices, Stephen Malcolmus, Elliott Smith's band members. The record was produced by someone from REM. I think, even though these are like kind of major acts we're talking about, Decemberists as well, they're totally still like a part of this scene, which is pretty cool to think about,
Well, those are some bona fides, but there's no harm in being successful.
Yeah, seriously. Couldn't agree more. Cool. Well, there you go. Eyelids. They still got records for sale, I'm told. Go buy some.
Buy them.
We need like some fun gifts, like world premiere gif, and
right.
go buy it gif. You want to play a couple more songs, Jonathan?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Why not?
You have two more, right?
Yeah, I can do two more. What time is it? Okay,
Sweet.
sure, yeah. This is a song off of the first record. It's called Beacon Hill / The Haunt. Summer drinking to abrupt and I wanted to meet again. Found the band, you had a good feeling on it to the top. No, I can't go to bed without seeing you. In my mind, 'cause when the pressure's on, back is gone. Feel the pull so much more on ahead of us. We could just live in love more, we could live more strong. Lost in Capricorn, yeah, I wanna do the work. He's a Taurus, I know we've got in so much hurt. As that door comes to us, to me again tomorrow. Now that the pressure's on, back is gone. No, I don't wanna move on. So why can't we just sing another song? Yeah, this comes down to death, but I wanna roll up long. Wanna plant new seeds, want to give us more of what we want. I'm sorry it's all for love. No matter what we grow, it's in the shadow of the heart. And yeah, I'll do that. I'll do another one. This is also a new one, or an old one that's new because I've never played it for anyone before. It's called 28. Hope you like it. Oh, I need my capo for this one. Where's my capo? There it is. Oh, I'm tangled up. There we go. Okay, yeah, this one's called 28. Hope you like it. Walk with death through a dark hole in the fabric of my cosmos. Feel alone in my empty home. Still need to know I'm not alone. Need to know I'm not alone. Need to know I'm not alone. Need to know. Thank God I am alright and I can't even be here tonight. 'Cause without the world in my life and these few friends, well, I felt so left behind in my life. Left behind in my life. Left behind. Left behind. Left behind. In my life. "28 years old, and I just struck my heart's reserve of fool's gold. Traded some men for a new cause to give my voice to a new song. Give my voice to a new song. Give my voice to a new song. When you Hey,
That was awesome.
thanks.
Hey.
Well done.
Yeah, that was great. Thanks so much for playing for us, man. It's really nice to see you again and to have you on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's a cool thing you guys are doing.
Yeah, we're 5 weeks in, and I think we're starting to like understand what this is, or like have some kind
What
of
the hell we're
format
doing?
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been kind of a build the boat on the water situation, and it's been fun. I'm learning stuff about myself, so it's been valuable. If nothing else, it's been valuable for me personally.
Yeah, it's I've been checking it out. I think it's a really cool thing you guys are doing.
So you're in Toronto, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So that's where Drake is from, right?
yeah, yeah.
So,
it is.
so what is your relationship
Thanks.
to Drake?
What
Can
am
you
I
tell our
related to Drake?
viewers? Like,
Yeah, I mean, we're both Jewish, and both were child actors. I went to theater high school. What else? I think we're both water signs.
I'm really
What else?
impressed by your answer so far.
you gotta know shit about
Yeah.
Drake if you're living in Toronto, right?
Yeah, we both live in Toronto. I mean, I've only been here since November, so
Still.
haven't been fully initiated. Maybe I have, but maybe not to the levels of Drakeness.
You're from Ottawa originally, right?
I am, yeah.
Yeah.
Just about
How
5 years.
is how is Toronto different from Ottawa? Like, as someone who lives in the same country but has never been to either, I'm actually really interested to hear about that.
Yeah. So I mean, Ottawa is. I mean, it's a pretty decent sized city. It's about like 1 million people. Mostly in the suburbs. Like the downtown core is pretty relatively small, and it's like a government town. Like it's the national capital, a lot of bureaucrats. So a lot of power there, and a lot of sort of, I guess, politics is the main business there. And there's a really cool kind of, I think it's the same thing with like Washington D.C. There's a really cool kind of like underground punk scene, and like actually like probably my favorite show on our tour, our cross country tour that we did for the Death of Young Love, was in like this punk house basement in Ottawa. It was like 90 kids slammed into this tiny space, and I never found that while I was living there. Like I left Ottawa when I was after high school, but yeah, now I mean, like from a distance, just sort of seeing what's going on in Ottawa is really cool. They've got a pretty awesome underground scene. I think that kind of happens kind of to counteract or balance out the kind of more conservative tendencies of government and politics and such.
Yeah, and all the parents.
Toronto is like
all the parents working in government.
Yeah.
The kids gotta rebel. They gotta create a current to that shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I went to the arts high school in Ottawa, and so like everyone's dream was to kind of like leave Ottawa, because like Ottawa felt kind of, I don't know, like a stultifying place creatively. So, like a lot of people who, I'm not saying they're right, but like that was sort of the thing. It's like you had to sort of go to Toronto or Montreal. Montreal is like an hour and a half away from Ottawa, where there's a lot more happening culturally speaking. And Toronto's just massive. It's like the commercial capital of the country, and definitely like a lot more business. Like coming from Victoria, having spent the last 7 years there, like a lot of culture shock for sure. It's not a great place to be during COVID-19. I'll tell you that. Like the normal like anxiety levels of like the city that like people are just sort of inoculated in are like just like amped up, and it's just like a lot of people in this densely populated area just bouncing off each other with sort of like this fear and anxiety. It's just like right about now. I mean, like at least for now, I was wishing I was definitely wishing I was back in Victoria.
Oh man, have you had much chance, like outside of like between moving there and COVID happening, did you have much of a chance to check out the kind of music scene in Toronto? I know it's like a big music town, right?
Yeah. I mean, like there's something cool happening like every night. I was just trying to find my way, because like I was like, oh my god, like there's multiple shows a night I want to go to. Whereas like in Victoria, it's like twice a week. There's like 1 or 2 shows you want to see, usually like local bands. And like not many touring acts came to Victoria, so like being in a city where every single one of my favorite bands was coming through on tour, I was like, oh shit, like I've got to like choose between like seeing, I don't know, like Sandy Alex G, or who else I see? Drawing a blank, Strange Ranger, Mount Erie, and Julie Durand, and like I don't know, like my peers playing, like a smaller local show. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different scenes. I can't really say that I've like figured it out or like found where I fit in yet. Hopefully things get back on track at some point in the next year. I have no idea what the fuck's happening. But yeah, it's a bummer.
Yeah, no kidding. I guess you obviously haven't been playing shows yet. Once you start doing that, hopefully you'll kind of find your niche. I feel like what I've heard about Toronto, at least, is the audience is perhaps a bit more open-minded than they are in Vancouver, which is not to diss Vancouver. I love what we've got going on here, but I think they just approach. I've been told that in Toronto they'll like approach the whole music scene as one thing, whereas in Vancouver it's maybe a bit clustered by genre or like into kind of like fragmented scenes a little bit.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, I was told the same thing about Toronto, that like there's a lot of different sort of communities, and like genre kind of maybe like like I think maybe like different genre blends. Like I think people might be a bit more heterodox in like their tastes, or like their sounds. Like just a lot of creativity, a lot of people, a lot of artists, so like a lot of cross pollination going on. And so it doesn't feel like there's like silos, but like there's definitely feels like there's like kind of like a psych rock, garage rock kind of thing going on, and then like hardcore scene that I haven't really found out about, or like an emo pop punk thing going on, like metal. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I can't really say. I'm not much of an expert on Toronto music, but yeah, I don't know. Like it does sort of feel kind of similar to what you were saying, though, like where like the local scenes are pretty clustered around different kind of genre lines.
Yeah, everything I know about it is just word of mouth. So I mean, I'm not going on the record as saying that's how it is. I'm going to check back in with you. I'm interested to hear how that works out.
Yeah, hopefully I get to go to a show in the next year, and I'll let you know.
Yeah, fuck.
Play a show. That would be fucking nice, wouldn't it?
2020.
The year of no shows.
Man, I think there's the potential for like an indie music kind of uptick, because the bigger touring acts take so much prep to like produce a big tour or something, that as soon as venues are open again, they're not going to be filling with big touring acts straight away. They're going to be relying on like local acts, and I think that provides an opportunity in some respects.
Definitely. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, I mean, I think sorry?
I was just saying I didn't think of that, but it's a really good point.
Yeah, I mean, also like certainly like bar shows will come back before like stadium shows, right? Just in terms of like
yeah, that's exactly what I mean, for sure.
So people were like, oh, I really want to go see live music. They're probably going to be going to like the 200 capacity venues first, as opposed to like the arenas. But I don't know. I was thinking like, oh, but like that, like we'll probably start seeing like bigger acts start playing like smaller venues, like and like charging really like exorbitant ticket prices or something like that, just so they can start playing live again. I can imagine like Death Cab playing like a small 200-person venue like 6 nights of the week or something.
Yeah, I actually just got an email from Ben Gibbard, not a personal one, just like a fan of his, but he was he was talking about like a run of shows he has as a solo act, and they were like little club shows or something. It's pretty cool. Like that. I think you're right. Like I think we'll start to see a lot more of that. I also just saw something very cool. Oh, the Hold Steady doing stuff.
The Hold Steady, like right before stuff got closed down, I think like during the winter they had like 4 or 5 nights in a row at the Horseshoe Tavern, just down the street from where I was living, and I think it's like 250 people or something like that. Yeah, they did like a 4 or 5 night run.
That's cool. Have you guys heard of I think his name's Mark Rebellant? I may be butchering it. I think his last name is Rebellant. He's like I think he kind of found his niche on YouTube, actually. He was like he does these kind of like jazzy comedic like improvisational songs, and he built like this huge YouTube following, and he has like a very legitimate fan base by this point. And I just saw a poster today for the coolest thing I've seen in COVID so far is he's doing like he's doing a physical tour during COVID, and it's like a drive-in tour, so people can show up in their cars and stay in their cars and watch his show. Like that's innovation at its finest, I think. Like
It's nice.
Did you see that meme of like
I didn't.
like you know like the drive-in shows and then there's like the mosh pit and it's all like all the cars piled up on top of each other?
Like a destruction dummy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Here's like the new COVID-19 drive-in shows, and then all the cars piled up on top of each other for the mosh pit.
Oh, that's so funny. If it's a meme already, then there's a good chance someone else has done it before Mark Rebelon. That was the first I heard of it, though. Good song. Should we wrap? This has been our longest episode.
Oh,
yeah, sure. Why don't you say something about the video, since we won't have the opportunity to talk to you afterwards?
Me?
Yeah. You're in
All
this
right.
band, right?
All right.
Oh,
All right.
favorite
So,
one. Okay.
yeah, we're going to play a video of mine. We've been keeping this up our sleeves for like a day when we didn't have enough videos to play, and that was today. So we're accepting videos, and like people, if you want to be a guest on this show, or if you want to have your video played, please send it to us. I actually did like get a ton out of a Facebook group today, and if any of those people are watching, thank you for sending your stuff. We just learned that we can no longer like direct rip them from YouTube, so that's why we kind of had to last minute find some fill-in videos, and we'll try and figure that out for next week. But yeah, that's my excuse for why I'm about to introduce my own
You
video.
don't have to excuse it, man. It's a great video. It's a great
It's
song.
a great song.
Yeah.
I love the song.
It's good.
I'm happy that we got to use it on an episode with you here, Jonathan. I know you're a fan of this song. I think we've talked.
You saw me up front singing along. Yeah, I love the song.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, thanks so much for coming on the show, Jonathan. It's good to see you, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Yeah, good to see you too, man.
So this is Altona. Favorite books. Buy their shit. Enjoy.